The frog is a great tame for the honey cave, but what about other creatures and methods? The best honey gatherer, according to Dodo Dex, is the dire bear, and these bad boys live in the cave too. However, I want to test alternatives. But in the cave, there are two ways to get honey, and one of those ways also gives organic polymer. For that reason, I will be wearing ghillie armour. We can repair when needed with the resources we gather. I'm going to try the following methods: the sloth, the Carno, the gorilla, the wyvern, the Anki, and the chainsaw. For my stream settings, I have harvest turned up, so check your own settings for your correct results. On my stream, I stream every Tuesday and Wednesday, I took in the Beelzebufo, and that was great. It helped me kill the bees and escape the bears. First up, we have the gorilla. I've never thought of it as a honey gatherer before making this video, but it's found around the cave and they're fun to use, so what's the harm? Okay, as you can see, the gorilla has great mobility. However, it gets swarmed by the bees quite quickly. I got through off and was killed. So for gorilla, do not use. On the swamp cave on the island, the Carno was great, killing everything in sight, but how would it be for gathering honey from the bees? Carno has the loudest footsteps in the whole game. It is so loud. Killing bees isn't an issue. What is an issue? It doesn't harvest anything from them. This would be a better guard than an actual gatherer of bees. The Carno can cope with most of the swarms from the bees. However, it just takes one and I am dismounted from the tame. Then it's a case of either running for my life or trying to fight them off and survive. One thing to note while I was recording this bit, the cave can be freezing ice cold, so you've got to watch your health on that aspect as well. If you are going to bring a Carno in here, I would just use it to take care of the dire bears. Use something else for the honeybees. Wyverns are easy to tame on Crystal Isles. They are fast and can fight. Let's test them against the bees in the hives. They kill the bees with ease. There's no issue there. The problem, once again, they do not harvest anything from the bees. No meat, no kite, and no honey. They can take care of the bears for you. Overall, I would not recommend the wyvern to hunt for bees in the cave. The one tame I thought would do great is the Megatherium. You get high from killing insects, and bees are insects, right? They do have good mobility in the cave, and the bears tend to ignore them. But once again, they're not collecting anything from the bees. And the whole purpose of this run is to collect honey. With that in mind, the Megatherium is yet another fail for this test. So far, all of the tames I've picked have been lacking. So what if you're on foot? For most of you, your best tool is the pickaxe. Be careful when you run in, because pretty much wherever you go, you will end up webbed. Webbing is the same as the spider webs in the other caves. The bees will aggro on you for attacking the hive. So stand and fight, or try and run through the puddles of honey. Going in alone can be tough, and the ghillie armour is only part of your protection. You can also use bug repellent. Bug repellent is made in the mortar and pestle. You need 6 pelt hair or wool, 2 narcotics, 4 citronal, and 4 rock carry. As you can see, when I am attacking the beehive, none of the bees seem to be alarmed. I am not being under attack. So far, this is the best method we have found for the Great Heist of honey. We know the pickaxe works, so what about an upgrade? The Anki is the living pickaxe. It's much more effective and has a higher weight capacity. But, as with most of the tames, once the bees come, I am dismounted. I decided to go back in and try it with bug repellent to see if that would help. One thing I did notice is there's not much mobility on an Anki, considering it lives on a mountain, so that could be a bit of an issue, especially if you're stuck. And depending on your harvest rates, this black little weight symbol at the top it fills all your slots very quickly because honey doesn't stack. I tried one last throw of the dice and I put bug repellent on the Anki as well as myself, but as you can see, a bee still appeared and kicked me off. Overall, the Anki is great for collecting the resources, though you may want something else to watch your back. For the final test, and another upgrade, we have the chainsaw. The chainsaw is great for gathering tons of resources. Sure, it's designed for cutting trees, but as every horror film shows, it has many uses. Your main problem with this is your weight. Rather than honey, it collects organic polymer. And as you can see from one tree, bearing in mind my harvest rate is 3.5. I was full, I couldn't move. So if I didn't have the bug repellent on, I'd be dead. I knew about some of the methods, the pickaxe and the Anki, and I figured that the chainsaw would be a success. The tames, it was a gamble. It was a test just to see would any of them be effective. The frog, when I did that on the stream, that was accidental. I was expecting a big battle, and the fact that I can just harvest the honey from the bees and not get attacked because I didn't have bug repellent on, that was quite useful. I don't think any of these gives the dire bear a run for its money, but let me know in the comments, are any of these methods something that you would want to pick? Presumably the ones that actually work. On the screen now is the video of the frog having the time of its life in the honey cave.